Growing up, the yearly NHL game was always one of my favorites. It was right up there with FIFA for me. But over the last few years, the NHL games have taken a backseat. I guess they're just not as popular. Outside of Canada, maybe the US, a few countries in Europe, hockey just isn't that big. So it's no surprise that EA isn't really putting many resources into these games. And year after year, we essentially get the same game with some minor tweaks. I mean, there might even be an old NHL game that's better than NHL 24. This game has basically no presentation if you're into that sort of thing. There's no shots of the players in the locker room, no shots of them going in and out of the tunnels. I mean, some of the older NHL games used to have that, but not NHL 24. From a presentation standpoint, NHL 24 just doesn't feel that big, especially if you compare it to FIFA and Madden. The on-ice gameplay isn't bad though, but it's not a whole lot different than the last 10 years. This video likely won't get as many views because it is an NHL game, but I had to cover this. So thanks to EA for providing the review codes. Now between the Series S, Series X, and PS5, the game is similar. All the game modes, all the features are identical on all three consoles. The only big difference is the visuals. The Series S does have a lower graphic resolution. The lower resolution is quite noticeable on the Series S, especially when I zoom in here. Once you do hit the ice and start playing though, the performance is essentially the same on all three consoles. During gameplay, the frame rate is a solid locked 60 FPS. This is the case on all three consoles. The Series S, Series X, and PS5 are all a polished experience with no drops. Now the cutscenes, the replays, all of those are actually 30 FPS. So while you're playing, you're gonna notice kind of that, teeter-totter between 30 and 60 when you're switching from the cutscenes to the actual gameplay. Overall, the performance is really good and nothing to complain about. The gameplay can be fun as well, and some of you might like the new pressure system they introduced. But this game is probably a 6 or a 7 out of 10. If you already have NHL 22 or NHL 23 on your current gen consoles, then it's just not a huge upgrade. For the rest of the video, I have some more gameplay of NHL 24 on Xbox Series S, Series X, and PS5, so check that out.
Chance in front! Oh, he comes up with a stop! Taken along the wall by Nylander. My goodness, the pressure really building here in the offensive end! And it's picked up by the D. Grabs the puck. Here's a pass. Scores! Off the post and in!
Well, that's a real sneaky one that fooled the goaltender, James. Not much room available, but that one, perfectly executed. I can't believe the time he had to walk into that one, James. He just lets it rip. Slap shot, low stick side, beats the goalie clean.
Toronto's taken a one-goal lead here in period number 2.
Yeah, now it's about not sitting back, not saying, hey, we've got a lead, we're going to protect it, but being aggressive and trying to go after more.
Slides it diagonally to Klingberg. Along the half wall with the puck. Quick shot. Stops him cold. From one point man to another. Denies him with a save. And this squad has really put the pressure on now. Scores! Well, that's number 2, Pounder.
Yeah, he's been all over the puck tonight. He's feeling it. He's confident. You got to believe he's going to be looking for the hockey.
Puck into the attacking area. Shot! Tremendous stop by Allen.
Then,
Oh, save on the play! Wow!
oh, that's grand larceny, James. I mean, he...
Oh, stopped it! What a save on the play!
And there's nothing technical about that. That is all about the will to find a way to make that save incredible, James. They always say to be great, you have to get uncomfortable. As we look at this last save, this looks uncomfortable. Stretching your body, finding a way to make yourself as big as possible to get to the save. That's what he did, and that's why the save was made.
The Leafs take it along the wall. And a stick in the lane ends that threat. Here's a blast. Absolutely no fear to get in front of the slap shot. Moves it quickly over to Giordano. And that shot gets caught in traffic. They score!
They score on the delayed penalty, James, so that's going to negate their power play, but looks like they didn't need it.
The Leafs Leafs take possession in the defensive end. And look at the hustle here as they wave off the icing, Cheryl.
Well, intangible, that is the word this coach is looking for. The aggressive ability to get on that puck and negate icing.
Moves it to Caulfield. Scores! Well, don't turn this off just yet. We've got ourselves a game.
Well, deficit of only...
Killer stopped by the goaltender. How did he hang on to that?
As a goaltender, you have to be able to read and anticipate the play. He does it perfectly and is able to negate the shot.
Here's a shot, and that goes off the body. And that was a good heads-up read to make that save. More than half grabs it in his own end. They've got a 2-on-1. Dishes it off. Scores! That's how you finish.
This entire play is fantastic, James. Speed, reading the play, and he recognizes he's got a...
Don't like it. Gains the zone through center. The goaltender is quickly off to his bench to get the extra attacker out. Oh, he saved it! Oh, my goodness, what a stop!
That's unbelievable, James. I have no idea how he got to that puck. It's some gymnastics at its finest.
And let's see what the definitive call is on the ice.
You can play aggressive, but you got to walk the edge. This is an undisciplined penalty, and it's going to be a 2-minute minor.
Suzuki's known to bring the offense for his team. Matthews can deke his way to the net and launch a quick shot before anyone can react. That's his shock and awe zone ability. Those are two big names I'll be keeping tabs on all throughout this matchup. Now, send it back upstairs.
Quick pass to Matthews. Oh, save on the play!
Oh, that's such an athletic save, James. I mean, that's just all about competing, finding a way to get to the puck.
He says, let's get physical on that play. Oh, my goodness, it stayed out. What a save.
It was all...
Scores! The go-ahead goal on the power play.
And specialty teams are critical on this. Now they have the 1-goal lead. Now they're protecting it.
Dvorak won the faceoff here in the offensive zone. Scores! And they convert on the power play.
Well, they drew the penalty because they were competing and they were urgent on the puck, James. And then the same approach came on the power play where they knew how to have these saves as well. A lot of shots that he's faced and his save percentage is an indicator of it.
Moves it to Matthews. Shuts him down. Looks to set up at the point now. The scores! Well, talk about a friendly ping right there.
Oh, yeah, it's all about the bounces, isn't it, James? And you got to get the right one, and that one is in his favor.
Montreal's got the puck against the half wall. Fires to the empty net. And into the wide open cage. It's an empty net goal.
Well, and a sigh of relief as well, as it's a real insurance marker. You put it in the empty cage and you don't ice it, that's a good thing.
Toronto's effort has really impressed me tonight here, Cheryl. And after that, EN in the old statistical book only adds to their lead.
Yeah, and it's going to be all but over, isn't it? You know, you put it